Hello out there in YouTube land. My name is Dax, and welcome to my all-new flagship series on the Dax Files, where I'll be covering the various construction and renovation projects around Universal Orlando Resort. Since last August, I have extensively covered the demolition of Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, along with the construction of its recently announced replacement, Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. With more projects on the way around Universal Orlando, such as the demolition of the Lost Continent, the upcoming construction of Category 10 at CityWalk, and some unannounced projects at Epic Universe, I thought this would be a great time to combine all of them together into one monthly news report. Between updates, I'll still be posting my usual short-form content videos with smaller updates as well. Be sure to subscribe to the Dax Files for more updates as Universal continues its unprecedented growth. Let's dive right into our first update of the month, which takes us to Islands of Adventure. There's quite a few things going on around the park to help revitalize different areas, as well as completely reimagine others. I should probably note here that while I'll talk about projects happening in Port of Entry and the Lost Continent, I completely forgot to grab footage of Hogwarts Castle being refurbished as well. But you can catch a glimpse of it right here. Our first stop is the Port of Entry, where the Starbucks location continues to be closed for renovations. The store closed back in January as part of a comprehensive remodel. And while the construction walls recently came down, as we can see here, the store has not yet reopened. Right across the street from Starbucks, work is continuing on refurbishing the facades around Confisco Grill. This project also started around January. And while the restaurant has remained open throughout the refurbishment, the restrooms in the area were previously closed, returning to service a couple weeks back. But now, moving on to the main event in Islands of Adventure. We have known now for several months that the Lost Continent will be closed and completely demolished to make way for an all-new, unannounced addition to the park. This past week, I was the first to very boldly announce that walls would be going up around the former 8th Voyage of Sinbad stunt show building, as Phase 1 of the demolition process of the land would begin in April. And then, for some reason or another, I decided to double down on it and announce that the walls would go up on April 1st, putting any shred of credibility I have in the theme park community on the line, especially since nobody else in the community had made such a claim at that point. April 1st arrived, and when the park opened for the day, people were very quick to point out that no walls had been put up. As you can probably imagine, I got a little nervous and started making plans to play it off as an April Fool's prank. Ultimately, I decided to just retreat into hiding, hoping that the walls would be put up that night. And as it turns out, that's exactly what happened. A new construction fence has been added from the Lost Continent restrooms to the entrance of the former stunt show. We don't get a great view here, but some of the landscaping directly to the right of the former theater has already been removed as well. I do find it interesting that Universal decided to decorate the wall with Lost Continent theming, which would serve as further proof that the land will continue to be closed off in various phases throughout the early months of this new project. The former henna tattoo artist area has been temporarily converted into a seating area for the busy spring break season. We do have one quick update on the new Category 10 bar opening soon in CityWalk. While construction has not started on the new addition to CityWalk, we do know that this area will be the future home of that new venue. The new building should stretch from directly next to the Lone Palm Bar, pretty much right up to where the Cinnabon cart was moved to recently. Will Cinnabon have to move yet again? Only time will tell. And now, onto the continuing construction of Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift at Universal Studios. We'll start on the overlook at Hard Rock Cafe, where we can see that land grading continues to progress in the main portion of the ride envelope. Over the past several months, we've been following the construction of several concrete foundation pads in this area, which are now fully buried with the land beginning to set in place. Also in this area, the electrical building construction in the middle of the former Blue Man Group walkway has continued, with a new cinder block structure going up right next to the prefabricated building that was put up a few months back. This new cinder block structure houses all of the electrical conduits that we've been following that have gone up over the past few months. We do now know that track has begun to arrive for the new coaster, thanks to recent aerial shots by our community's Eyes in the Sky BioReconstruct, with the track currently being staged at Epic Universe until it's ready for install. It definitely seems to me like this area should be getting the green light for the install soon. It should be an exciting couple of months as we get to about a year away from the new attraction's opening. Now inside the park, I noticed last weekend that the former Blue Man Group merchandise kiosk has moved yet again. After being moved from its original location in front of the old theater a few months ago to directly behind the construction wall, the kiosk has moved yet again, this time right up against the Minion Mayhem show building. On the other side of the Music Plaza stage, not too much to report, other than some very dead landscaping from the January freeze and a construction vehicle parked right on the walkway into the soundstage area. And now, on to our last stop of this month's update, the Ghostbusters facade. I pointed out in my last update that the firehouse doors had been removed and that there were 2 elevator shafts rising behind it. Now, we can see that structural steel is also rising for the ride's queue and station building. This new structure is expected to be 3 stories tall, with the queue on the first floor, the load platform on the second floor, and team member areas on the third floor. Out in the distance, we can see that work continues on the maintenance building. I'd been speculating for several months now that a show scene could possibly make its way to the back half of the building. But now, it definitely seems like the more likely option is for it to be used as office space and other support facilities for the technical services department of the park. Our last update for this month takes us back to the front of the park, where work is continuing on giving the front of the park a brand new, more modern look. As of the time I recorded this video, only the VIP lobby section of the entrance buildings, as well as the archway leading into the park, are left to be painted. The new white and brown color scheme looks great, and is very reminiscent of the entrance to Universal Studios Hollywood. Could we see a similar color scheme applied to the archway and the sound stages? We don't know yet, but it definitely seems likely as the park prepares to revitalize itself for the opening of Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. And that's going to do it for the first ever episode of the Universal Orlando Construction Report on the Dax Files. Be sure to like this video, share it with anyone you know who loves Universal Orlando, subscribe to the Dax Files, and don't forget to see the Bourne Stuntacular at Universal Studios Florida. It's the best show in Orlando. I'll see you next time. Peace.